Hello and happy Wednesday, everybody. Tracy here checking in. Y'all come on in. You may not recognize me. I look like a hot mess. Getting my hair done tomorrow, and I cannot say how excited I am to get that done. We are hanging out in the dining room today. You all know within the last year, have moved. And so about a month or two ago, I posted a photo of this very room, and I've been telling you I don't know what to do with it. Eventually I'm wanting to knock down some walls and all the things. Well, today on this week's episode of Midweek Check-In, I'm not only going to be giving you updates for Craft on the Clock, I'm also going to be giving you some updates of some things that's going on here around my home, and taking you into this new area and my entryway that I'm going to give you a sneak peek of here in just a little bit. I've got lots of things to share with you today. I do want to make sure that I get us shared over into the Craft on the Clock group, because I have lots of friends waiting for us over there. So hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So happy to see you all. Let me share us, because this is a special 45-minute segment in the Craft on the Clock group. Y'all come on in. I look like a hot mess. It's just one of those days. I'm trying to, I'm pulling out all the things today. And I know you all understand, and you make a big mess before you get things where you want them. And that's kind of the way it is. I've got things pulled out here, there, and everywhere. And that's probably going to be the way it's going to be for the next couple of days. I am also waiting on an internet service technician to show up. They were supposed to show up sometime between 8 and 1 today. Well, it's 12 o'clock now. They'll probably show up while I'm live. Who knows? So if that happens, fair warning. We just don't know how it's going to happen. But anyway, here we are. All right, we've got it shared over. Now let me move my computer out of the way. You guys, I've got tons and tons of things that I cannot wait to show you today. And I've been giving y'all some sneak peeks all week long. I hope we're not echoing too bad. I hope we're not. Hey, Miss Barb. Hey, Patricia. Always, I know, right? You just have to make a mess before you get things the way you want them. And that's the way I am this week. So what have y'all been seeing? What do you want to see that I've been giving you sneak peeks on over the last week? And I need to catch up. I was traveling last week, and actually I was traveling for over a week. And I've just now kind of been able to get back on. I don't even look like myself today. My hair is gone to the pit. So I'm going to the beauty shop tomorrow and getting my hair zhuzhed up so I can feel more like myself. How are you all? And today I just pulled it up. I mean, there's no sense in fixing it. I'm just in and out and doing things all over today. Hey, Miss. Okay, good, Phyllis. So a couple of weeks ago, actually it was probably a couple months ago, I posted a photo of me sitting in this room. And this is a room in my home that I have been just kind of in limbo. When we moved in, this was an extra dining room, and this kind of was our temporary storage of boxes while we were unpacking. We just kind of put things in here and unpack them box by box, right? Well, over time, I've kind of have a vision of what I want for this space, but it involves knocking down walls, both walls to be exact. Well, actually knocking this wall down completely and knocking a doorway in this wall with some sliding barn doors on this wall. That will come, right? But in the meantime, I'm just working on some things in this room, and I've been out kind of picking through some things. Last week, I went to the Highway 60 yard sale here in West Kentucky, but I think it stretches all the way up through several states. Found some goodies I'm going to share with you today, and I have been finding some goodies at my local, it's called Consumer Mall. So if you're familiar with like a peddler's mall, it's kind of similar to that. And I constantly scour Marketplace, for some finds. You just never know what you're going to see. My biggest deal of the decade I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to save it for the best for last. But it is absolutely amazing, and I actually had to take a screenshot of the asking price and the items because I said, No one will ever believe me on the deal that I found on the item that I'm going to show you at the end of today's episode. So stay tuned for that. So let's just kind of hop right into it. On the Highway 60 yard sale. I'll start there. I also have some fun finds, and I showed you one of these finds I posted it yesterday. Some of you may have seen it, but it's this neat kitchen board. How about this? $10. I've never seen anything like this, but you put a rolling pin at the top, and then I guess you can display whatever you want to here. Fill this little half bowl here and hang it on the wall. Isn't that the coolest thing? $10. I did some comparison shopping, and I posted those photos. Some of them were asking over $200. Some of them were about $80, $90 from eBay and Etsy and different places. But nonetheless, it is a cutting board, a wood bowl, and a wood cutting board, or a rolling pin. So I've got to find the perfect spot in the house for this. It'll probably go here in the dining room or in the kitchen, of course. This dining room is just directly off of the kitchen. So either space I think will work up, but I do need to clean it up. But $10, what a deal, right? What a deal. I could not believe that one. Mom actually grabbed that one for me while she was waiting for me to meet up with her. And then, let's see. Let me grab a couple things over here. Okay, now I saw tons of things on the Highway 60 yard sale. And most people only take cash. So I had to go with a fixed amount, which is actually good for those of us that want to stay on a budget, right? So I took $200. You know what? I think that's what I took. And I left it at that. Now, Mom, she grabbed some cash too, and she was hunting and shopping as well. And so I've got a little story about the other item that I picked up along the way here in just a minute. But I grabbed this, and this is like a quilted table runner. And what's so funny about this, look how long this is. I think I can step all the way back and you'll probably be able to see it. So it's down to my feet at the ground. It's taller than I am. So it's probably about 5.5 feet long. This will stretch on a big farmhouse table, or you can use it as a wall hanging. I haven't decided which yet, but the fun thing about this is that I have a matching one just like this that is about 3/4 the length. So I was excited, so I can use both of these in one room and have coordinating runners. Now that I could use one on the dining table, one on my island or whatever, and it coordinate. But it's super homey, and these are super pricey. I think I paid $20 for this. This would probably be, I'm guessing, probably around $50 or $60 if you bought it brand new. So let me see the maker. I think it's Victorian Heart Company. I don't know. I have a matching one just like it, which is why I was thrilled to find it. So I didn't think that was a bad deal. There's just a couple little spots where it has a little rip, but they're super tiny and not even hardly noticeable. Otherwise, it's in super good shape. So I was excited about that. Let me toss that over to the side. Now, a couple of things. They had tons of glassware and things like that. And we were really not hunting for anything specific other than I was hunting for furniture pieces, like bulky items, like desks or tables, which reminds me, I forgot to grab one of the items that I got. I'll have to bring it in here. I may have to walk you in there. But just some of the random items. Look what I grabbed for $1. I have a few of these. Of course, it says Campbell Soup, which I have been hearing that Campbell Soup is fixing to change their company name. I don't know. But since our last name's Campbell, I have a few of these collector little soup cups. And I thought I would pass these, on down through the family over the years. But these are so fun. And just for $1, I thought, heck with it. These are fun for winter soups or hot chocolate or whatever. Now, Gracie went with me, and she was just kind of browsing. She grabbed some really cool vintage cowboy magazines, and the imagery in those were amazing. I should have grabbed those or have her bring them in here, but she grabbed 3 of those, and they were super cheap, like $2 a piece, I think, and they were big. So I think she's thinking about taking the artwork from those and maybe framing it, or using it sort of in like a shadow box of some kind. But she also grabbed this, and I just realized it's actually a curtain panel, but she's wanting to use it as a table runner. But look at that. It's sort of like, it's like vintage lace / knitting, but look at that. That's pretty. She's wanting to fold it. She has a side, it's not a side table really. Well, I guess it is a side table, just a long, narrow table that she has her TV situated over. But she's wanting to use this sort of as a table runner across the top of that. So we're going to wash that up, and it's in really good shape. And I think it was only $1 too. Now, let me show you. I'm going to turn my camera around and show you the other piece that I got on the Highway 60 yard sale. So take a peek. I'm going to spin my camera around. There in my foyer. Do you see back there in my foyer? My entryway. That is the vintage desk that I found. Now let me move this out of the way. Hold on. It fits that space perfectly. And I'm staying away from a distance intentionally because I want you all to see. You have a vintage curtain panel that you use see, I think that's perfect. I think it'll work perfect sizing. Look at the chandelier, you guys. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you I found 2 of those chandeliers on Marketplace for like $60, I think it was, for the pair. They're originally like $400 a piece, brand new. We gave them a little paint job. I repainted the little candle sleeves and made some new drips on it. But look how that space is slowly starting to come together. I could not believe it. And I probably should turn the light on so that you can kind of see it. But I'm looking for an entryway rug to go fill in this space right here. And right here beside it, you see I have a chair, which is one of my other finds. And hang on, let me show you, because I have another one just like it. I grabbed 2 of these chairs, wooden chairs. This was a find at Consumers Mall, and a super sweet lady has a shop. She has a booth in that shop. It's called the Country, oh gosh, I'm gonna mess it up. The Country Cottage, I think, or yes, I think so. The Country Cottage. Grabbed 2 of these chairs for $6 a piece. $6 a piece. And the little throw pillow and the milk jug. So let's just take a real quick walk over here. Now, I don't know what else is in the hallway, so whatever else you see, just, it's real life around here. Like I said, it's a mess right now. It is a mess, but I want to show you what I've got here. So the little chair, the pillow that goes with it, and this little, now this is not vintage, this is just something she had, but I thought it fit there cute, with some little faux flowers there. But I put that beside of it, okay? And this just kind of serves as like a catch station for when we come in and out of the house. I couldn't flip my camera around. Hopefully that doesn't mess me up too bad, but you'll be able to get a better look. Oh, this way. Of course, I don't have everything decorated on this the way I want it to, but I want to just kind of show you. I did have to just put a few things on there that I think are really cute. But now let me tell you something. This was at the Highway 60 yard sale. And they were ready to wheel and deal and make some bargains, I will say. Because the price on this piece, so y'all ready? Let me show you. $195, okay? The sweet lady at that booth, as soon as she saw anybody looking at anything, she says, I'll make a really good deal. I'll make a really good deal. How about so and so? And she would just spit out a price. She offered this for $150. This is, it's like heavy duty wood. Now, it is kind of missing the fold up piece. It's not a roll top or anything like that, but it is missing like the door to it. And you can see that. But what they do, her and her husband take vintage items, antiques that have been kind of damaged, and they kind of rehabilitate them, if you will. They adopt them and give them new life. And what she had told me is they put a new top on this desk. And I guess it was in bad shape. And of course, I guess the door on it was missing as well. But didn't bother me because I wouldn't want to close it up anyway. I want to use it as sort of like display area, right? Prime time little display area. So what I've done is I used a little electric little oil lamp, and I've shown you all how to take little oil lamps and convert them to electric before. Now this one was already bought this way. So and then I have, of course, my vintage firkin I thought fit there with some pretty fall florals, and then I just have some family photos and some little knickknacks tucked in for right now. But I'm looking for like a vintage or an antique inkwell and quill pen, maybe some vintage antique envelopes and letters and things like that to kind of finish off the display here along with the rug. And I think it'll be good. And it just ties, like the colors, the black from the chandelier. Y'all ready to go up to the ceiling again? The black chandelier just ties in with the black color tones that are in these little slots, I think. So I just thought it was the perfect marriage. It was the perfect marriage and meant to be. And I just kind of paired this little chair here with it for now. I think they make a good little pair. This is messing with my eyes, you guys. Okay, so the other little item that I grabbed was another little table from the same lady, okay? And it is just a square side table. And in my living room, I'm not going to show you my whole living room yet. I'm not ready to show it off yet. But I'm looking for like a coffee table and some side tables that kind of coordinate, but that aren't super matchy-matchy. But I like, you know, antique type things. I've got to flip my camera back around. I just can't do it. And this little side table she had $25 on it and she took $20 for it. But let me show you what it looks like. Let me, actually, I think I can just, it's kind of dark and I've got a little side lamp, so it might look a little funky right now. Let me turn that light off. It might look a little better. Oh, grab it. There we go. This is just a sweet little side table. It is solid wood. It's super sturdy, and it's perfect for just like a little night light, you know, a little dim night light when we're away or at night. We just don't want a whole lot of light. But $20, I thought, oh, I wish you had a pair of them because they're perfect. So, of course, I grabbed that up. And my comments, there we go. I think so too. And it's just perfect. And if I ever change my mind and get something different for, you know, that spot, I don't feel bad. I can move it to another spot in the house, or I don't think I would ever resell it, but for $20, I could resell it and for way more than what I bought it for. So I thought that was a good deal. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, yes, at Consumers Mall. I've got stuff back here. I'm still in the middle of decorating, so y'all might help me put stuff like that together here in a little bit. Consumers Mall. I showed you all a sneak peek. I had a little short video showing you of some things that were there, and they were amazing pieces. At the Country Cottage, I believe that's her. You can find her on Facebook too. But this was not at her booth, but it was at a booth close to her. This dough bowl, you guys. This dough bowl. Okay, I'm like a whole whopping 5'3" maybe, but here we go. It goes down to my hips. But I thought, I don't have a dough bowl this big. I see dough bowls all the time and they're just too expensive. Now I'm sure this is not authentic, but I thought, I don't care, $20. It looks good enough to me. And if I ever want to change the color of it, I could put a dark wax on it, kind of darken it a little bit. But for $20, I thought, heck yeah, I'm getting that. So we're going to put this together here in just a little bit. I'm going to make an arrangement with that for fall. And then let me show you what else I grabbed, which I think you're going to get a kick out of this. I'll show you that in a minute. She had these cute little let me flip my camera so y'all can see it again. These little handmade signs that I just thought were cute. So charming. I think so too, Wanda. Even if they're not authentic, they're still expensive, right? So I thought that was a good, now I'm backwards. Here we go. Pumpkins, just these little handmade signs. And this is going around my front door. I'm going to display that with some pumpkins around my front door. And then, of course, this one, farm fresh eggs. This is going to go on the chicken coop or on the chicken run. The fencing that I have on the side of my chicken run, I'm wanting to hang like vintage garden, vintage farm tools and things like that. And so vintage signs is going to go with that. I'm going to drill some holes and then just put a wire through that and hang it on the fencing. And I have, of course, that vintage garden sign that we made several months back. I'm going to hang it on that fence as well. And then one other piece that I got to go with that for that display, let me show you. This was the coolest thing. Let me make sure I don't pull you all off. I didn't get my wireless mic hooked up this morning, but look at this. Is this not the coolest? And her booth was, everything was 20% off last week. So I thought, yes, this was $6. The pumpkin sign was $4, and of course 20% off that. And this, look at this vintage rake. Is that not going to look the coolest hanging on my vintage fence, my vintage garden fence? It's rusty, crusty, and it's just a vintage rake. It was $12 and then 20% off that. So those items are going to go outside around the chicken coop and go in my vintage garden display collection. You have a rake like that, Wanda? Oh, Regina, I'm going to show you my Raggedy Ann and Andy's back there here in just a little bit. The Raggedy, let's see. Actually, they're both Raggedy Andy's. The older one, the bigger one that you see, the bigger one on the left that has the cream colored face, this one right here, that was my husband's when he was little. And his mom passed that down to him. And a real fun fact about that high chair that they are sitting in, that was also his when he was little. And she had it repainted for us when we got married and gave it to us as a gift. So one day, when we have grandkids, that'll be something that they can use as well. And I'm fixing to set this all up as a little memory display to his mom and some of our grandparents. I have a vintage Mother Goose nursery rhyme book. Now, this was my grandfather's, and he is 93. So that tells you about the age of this book. So I'm going to think of something special, somewhat special way to display this. And then I also have... This was one of, this is not stuff that I've had. This is stuff that I've just been pulling out and making plans for decorating this room. This is one of his Raggedy Andy books from when he was a child. It still has the price tag on it. I don't know where she got it. It says it's a golden book, but it's much larger than a golden book. $1.95. And I just think those are so sweet. So sweet. And then, of course, I have... we always kind of pull in some little Campbell soup things. She gave this to us when I think we got married too, or maybe she gave this to one of the kids when they were born. But it's so cute, so cute. Campbell kids, and then a little Campbell's book, and so the little Campbell's cup will kind of go, just kind of fitting with that whole little thing. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do in that corner as far as how to display the books, but. This piece that you all helped me, I've got to finish this. This has kind of been sitting off to the side since before we went on vacation last week. This was a memory box that I used lots of vintage pieces in, and this was a piece of artwork that my husband's mother did when she was in high school. So I'm wanting to I think that'll kind of work really well up there on that wall, and it kind of ties in the reds and the blues. So I'm thinking this is going to kind of be my little memory corner, if you will. And then, of course, I have some, I don't know if I'll use these in some way or somehow, but these little vintage embroidered little table runners, aren't those sweet? I have not pressed them or ironed them yet, just washed them up. So there's one, and here's another one. It has a little bouquet of flowers, but I think those are sweet and cinnamon. Those aren't anything family heirlooms to me, but super, super sweet little pieces. Okay, is that all of my finds? I think it is. Except for the really big one. Which you all are sitting on top of right now. Did you know that? My really big find this week. It came on Monday. Yes, Monday. So you all know, I've told you, I kind of scour Marketplace all the time. You love those embroidery pieces? I do too. They're just so sweet. Opened up Marketplace, and I've told you all before that if you like to find good deals on Marketplace, a good thing to do is to save things that are similar to the things that you are looking for, even if they're not close to you, with location wise, because you can pull up things that are like 2 or 3 hours away that you're like, oh, no way, but if you save them or heart them, it kind of tells Marketplace that, hey, she's interested in these kinds of things, so we'll show her more whenever they do pop up. So I'm constantly looking for like dining room tables, chairs, artwork, primitives, light fixtures, ceiling fans, like my list goes on and on and on and on and on. Even porch furniture, like I save things constantly. Beds, I'm looking for full-size beds for a full-size bed for my son. But so when I hop on there, things kind of populate for me that I may be interested in. So Monday morning, I didn't even think I had gotten out of the bed yet. Well, I take that back. I had gotten out of the bed, but I went back to sit in the bed for a little while. And I opened up Marketplace, and something popped up in my feed. Hey, Miss Kathy on lunch break. So glad you hopped in. Something popped up in my Marketplace feed that I was super interested in. Okay, so you kind of see some of the color tones that I'm using in my home. I have some grays, some taupes that are kind of my neutral backgrounds, but I have oak floors throughout my house, which wouldn't probably be my personal choice. But when you buy a home that's already made, already built, and the flooring is in perfect condition, there's no sense in ripping it out. That would be so wasteful, right? So we just deal with it and we work around it. So I like to mix and match wood tones and color tones together. And so whenever I look for pieces of furniture or whatnot, I look to make sure that they have these underlying color tones that I can use in some way in my home. So I have lots of creams like this cabinet you see behind me. Of course, I have the oak flooring. I have the neutral beiges and grays is what I should say. And then I tie in some dark elements as well. Browns, blacks, creams, and grays. Okay, pretty much are my base colors. So I opened Marketplace on Monday morning, okay? And there was something that popped and caught my eye. It was a set of chairs. I saw the chairs first, okay? So let me show you the chairs. Because I got them. And not only did I get the chairs, I got something else too. So let me show you. I want to just know. Let me back this up. This style of chair, if you follow furniture and like certain styles, there's only one maker of this style of chair, and you know what it is. Because nobody else makes it that I have seen, okay? So if you know what kind of chair this is, chime in. Chime in. Chime in, and I want you to tell me what you know about it. Other than what it's called, tell me what you know about it. I'm curious. Anyway, we have lots of people while I'm waiting for you all to chime in to see if anybody knows, because the story gets deeper. This couple that lives close in my area, they're actually, local to me. They purchase, y'all love the chairs. It's not a Windsor chair, Nancy, but close. You're kind of on the right track. It does kind of have a similar shape and style. I'll turn it around this way so you can see the profile. Look at the profile of that chair. Is that not amazing? They buy storage units that maybe people have defaulted on as far as payment goes, or maybe they have just left their belongings there. They purchase storage units and they go through them, they keep what they want, and then they resell the items that are in it. Not a shaker. Good thinking. After I tell you today, you're going to go looking, I know, and you're going to figure out why I'm like so giddy over this. And they resell what they don't want. And so when I hopped on Marketplace, these chairs popped up, and there were several of them in the picture. Like, the pictures are tiny, and they immediately caught my eye. I was like, whoa. Hold the phone. And it said listed today. So it had been just listed like within a few minutes of when I saw it. Not a Windsor, Kathy. Good guess though. And I just happened to pop on there at the right time, because there's no doubt these would have been gone in a flash. And they resell them. And so the price on what it said is chairs. I haven't even remembered. I'd have to go back and look at my picture that I took of the screenshot. It said, I think it said 4 chairs something, and then the rest of it was kind of cut off. And it said the price. I'm not even going to tell you the price yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, this cannot be right. You're in your 80s and you've never seen a chair like that, Joanne? Well, you see, they coordinate with my hutch, right? So, anyway, I right away messaged them and said, I'm interested. Can I pick these up today? I don't even remember what I said exactly. I was like just a blur because I was so excited. And not only does it come with 1 chair, it came with 4 chairs and a table. Okay, can you all guess the price? Just start guessing the prices. 4 chairs and a farmhouse table. Now, I'm going to flip my camera. Well, I'm going to flip it around. You all don't look at the mess. I've got paint supplies in this corner, curtain rods in this corner, Hobby Lobby sacks, and all of my finds and my lighting and everything. So just bear with me, okay? This room will be finished probably by the weekend. Let me flip my camera around. Okay. Do you all see the table? Look at the table. Look at the table. That light over there is making it look funny. It is like super duty. I'm telling you, my son and I, we loaded this thing up, okay? And it's super, super heavy. Now, with that being said, it's not the exact size that I want, but I have plans for modifying that. It's not the exact color of the top that I want, but I'm going to work around that as well. When you know what the price is, and I only had to drive 15 minutes to get it. 15 minutes. 4 chairs, a heavy boss-sized table. Y'all still have, I don't think anybody's guessed it yet. Let's see, 175, 125, 100, 500. Okay, well, let me just tell you something else before I give you the final price. These chairs, you can go look them up. You can look at them on Amazon, Wayfair, and lots of fine furniture type stores have these chairs. It's a mess, Melanie. And my brain has just gone blank. Oh my gosh. They're called Hooker Furniture. Hooker Furniture is the maker. Hooker chairs, okay? Now, nobody even makes a similar style of these chairs. Like, nobody. They have not been replicated. And I was still skeptical. I thought, well, if I get there and they're not the real thing, I'm not going to get them. But the sticker on the bottom, it had a sticker on the bottom that says Hooker Furniture. chairs. Now, somebody go Google Hooker, 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 just like it sounds, Hooker chairs, and see how much these things cost a piece. Oh, brand new. They are $500 and up a piece. I said that right. I said it right. $500 and up a piece. And then you have to pay shipping on top of them. So a pair of these are easily going to cost you over $1,200 to get it. And I got 4 of them and a table that it was handmade. There's no doubt it was made to match the chairs. It's not a Hooker piece of table. $5.99 for the chairs. Yeah, that's what you're going to find, a piece for these chairs. The table alone, based on its size, would be probably around $1,800 or $2,000 for a table. I'm telling y'all, I got this 4 chairs and a table for, are y'all ready? $150. Yes, they are so comfortable and they're huge. I mean, they're ginormous, and so you don't feel like, and they just hold you. I mean, it's like somebody's cradling you. And I'm short enough, I can rest my head back on it. Not that you would want to ever rest your head back on it when you're sitting at the table, but they are amazing. $150, y'all. So you can see, since the table is short, it's made for 4. But what I can do with the table, you guys, the legs alone on this table would be over $150 if somebody were building their own table. So what my plan is, the 2 pieces that run the length of the table, I'm going to trade those out and extend the length of the table and probably modify the top of the tabletop so that it will fit a longer style table. I would ideally like to have 6 chairs in here or 8. So I'm probably going to wait and keep this table in here for now until we knock out this sidewall. This sidewall over here, once I knock that out, I want a big farmhouse table that seats at least 8. And I can do that easily with the table, the pieces of this table, just with a little bit of remodification. I can make it to seat 8 or 10 easily. So over the next year or so, several months, I'm going to be on the lookout for a couple more of these chairs to go with this set. Now, I was, of course, nothing's going to seem like a good deal, as good of a deal as what I got, right? But I'm thinking if I were able to make a bench on one side of the table, you know how you've seen some of those farmhouse tables, they have a long bench on one side. I think I could do that on one side and then have enough chairs to go around the table if I find a couple more on Marketplace. That's right. It'll be a harvest table. You're right. That'll be the name of it. A farmhouse harvest table. How about that? And so I just thought, for the price, $150, it was 15 minutes away. You guys, these chairs, I'm seeing people sell them on Marketplace. Right? You looked online, Hooker Chairs is $899, $900, basically a chair. That's expensive. Yes, absolutely. Then you have to pay shipping on top of them because most of them are not local. You have to have them shipped to you, and they are not fun to ship, I'm sure. So I'm just making this table work in this space right now, and it gives this room some sort of a function for now until we get to the point to where we can knock out the walls, which nobody's ever eager to knock out walls. But and of course, the other chandelier that matches that one right there is overhead this table. Now, ideally, I would probably like to have a chandelier that hangs down a little bit lower. for now, it's working, and I'm super excited about it. Super excited about it. You love the chair, yes. Your furniture. Let's see. My furniture book has every style, but this style. What's up? Your furniture book. My table and bench is designed and built himself. Oh yes, Regina. A bench. I think so too. Oh, well, see, Dawn, I've done that too. I've drove 2 hours for that hutch cabinet that I showed you a couple of months ago. It was about an hour, I guess. But you'll be surprised what you can find. Really, really cheap. If you just look and if you're patient, right? I mean, all this together, this would have been, I'm trying to think, the table probably would have been around $2,000. And the chairs they kind of fluctuate anywhere from $600 to $900 a chair. I mean, you're looking at, let's see, what did I say about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about $6-7 grand of furniture, which is crazy to me. And I got for $150. $150, and I'm so excited. But even not only that, it just matches. It matches the chairs alone. I'm not touching the chairs. They're staying the way they are. But they match with my cream colored hutch that I already had. And so I just couldn't have been happier with it. I have 2 full-size beds if you would like to have. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, Miss Misty. I think so too. I told my sister, I said, I kind of feel like I'm robbing them. I really don't think they knew. You know, they probably just sell it. Just, you know, they buy storage units and they just sell what they don't want. I told my husband, I said, they had no idea what they had on their hands. Is that bad that I didn't say anything? You know, I don't know. Yes, the chairs are staying exactly the way they are. And the table will too, for the most part, other than just lengthening it and enlarging the top, which I don't know what that will entail yet, if I just want to remake a whole new top or add on to this. I don't know, we'll see. But for $150, guys, I couldn't buy the materials to make this table for $150. Yes, the deal of the decade. That's what I've been saying. Oh, we didn't even get to decorate our dough bowl today. Listen, I'm going to be live on Friday morning at 8:15 again for our super fun theme in Craft on the Clock. All things milk, or Milk Mania, that's what we're calling it. Milk Mania. Things with milk cartons, milk jugs, milk cans, milk bottles, all kinds of things on Friday to do with milk. Be interesting theme. And then on Saturday morning, I'll be live again on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. But all day Friday is the Milk Fun Friday theme. We'll start at 7:30 and go all the way up to 9:45 p.m. Central Time. So it'll be a super fun day. I can't wait to see y'all. Let's see. Oh, table. I went 3 weeks ago, bought a primitive dresser for $100, and my great nephew then lady had a great antique table for, oh, that's great. That is a steal. That is a steal. You're hunting crazy crafting or something like that. I am hunting crazy crafting or something like that. Are you talking about Crazy Craft Company? Miss Diane, Miss Kim? That may be who you're talking about. Thank you so much, Regina. Actually, not like baby bottles, but like the vintage glass milk bottles. Think about that. That'll be an object that I'm sure somebody might use. You're right, Angel. You're right. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Okay, you guys, we have another creator coming up live right now in the Craft on the Clock group, and every 45 minutes, all day long, Monday through Friday, you guys. Come check us out if you're not familiar with Craft on the Clock group. If you request to join, just make sure you answer all the questions, and I'll get you in there. All right? Have a wonderful day. I'll see you again Friday morning at 8:15. Talk to you soon.